Assalamu alaikum dear students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and staying safe in your home. I'm your biology teacher. Welcome back to Zoom online revision class. In today's class we discuss chapter number 8, which is about nutrition. Revision of the following questions will be done in today's class. Question number 32, 33, 34, 35 and 36. First we discuss question number 32, which is write about ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Ingestion is basically the intake of food in the mouth is called ingestion, while digestion is the breakdown of large, complex and non-diffusible food molecules into smaller, simpler and diffusible molecules by the action of enzymes is called digestion. While absorption is the uptake of soluble and diffusible food from the digestive tract into the blood is called absorption. Assimilation is the process of absorption of vitamins, minerals and other chemicals from food within the GI tract, while egestion is the elimination or removal of undigested food from the body in the form of feces is called egestion. Next one question is write a note on alimentary canal. Alimentary canal. Human digestive system consists of a long tube. Human digestive system consists of a long tube which is called alimentary canal and associated glands. Now the parts of the alimentary canal or digestive tract is basically differentiate into the following parts: oral cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. Other name of alimentary canals are GI tract, alimentary canal, digestive tract and nourishment canal. Look towards the diagram showing the digestive system different parts. Oral cavity, first part of the alimentary canal which receive food, and there are basically three main organs of the oral cavity: teeth, tongue and salivary glands. Teeth help in the grinding of food. In human beings, the teeth are basically modified to perform the particular functions. In human being, the teeth basically consist of incisor teeth, molar and premolar teeth. Tongue basically contain taste buds which help to sense taste of foods. It also help in the grinding and swallowing of food. Next one is salivary gland, which is basically three pairs, and it role in the food lubrication, kill the germs which is present in the food, breaking the starch and glycogen and the formation of bolus. Pharynx is basically the passageway of both air and food. Oral cavity is open into the pharynx. Swallowing is basically the process through which the downward movement of food from the buccal cavity take place in this process. Esophagus is basically the muscular tube from pharynx to stomach. It is 10 inches long and present in between of trachea and vertebral column. Mechanism of food movement in the esophagus is peristalsis and antiperistalsis. In today's class, we discuss about the peristalsis and antiperistalsis in detail. Stomach is basically sac-like organ located in between esophagus and intestine. It is elastic muscular pear-shaped bag, 12 inches long and 6 inches wide. The capacity of a stomach is 1 liter. There are basically the muscles which is present in between of the esophagus and the stomach, which is known as cardiac sphincter, and the role of cardiac sphincter is to prevent food from passing back to the esophagus from stomach. Churning of food is basically take place in the stomach. There are gastric gland present in the stomach which secrete gastric juice into the stomach. Composition of gastric juice, mucus, pepsinogen enzymes and hydrochloric acid. Small intestine is basically elongated, narrow, cold tube. One of the most important part of the human digestive system is small intestine, because the absorption of food is basically take place in the small intestine. There are basically three main parts of the small intestine: duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Liver is also the part of the digestive system which produce bile which help in the digestion. Pancreas also help in the digestion. Pancreas secretes their enzymes which help in the digestion of food. Absorption of food take place in the small intestine, so it is basically one of the most important part of the human digestive system. Now, large intestine, the part of the digestive system where undigested food is collected, is known as large intestine. Large intestine is 1.5 meter long. There are following parts of the large intestine, which is caecum, appendix, colon, and rectum. In today's class, we discuss in detail about the role of the large intestine, the role of different parts of large intestine in digestion. Now, next one question is about the role of liver. There are following roles which performed by the liver: bile production, stores glucose, stores fat soluble vitamins, converts ammonia into the urea, makes proteins, break down toxic substances, and red blood cells make vitamin A, produce heat. Next one question is about the disorders of gut, disorder of the digestive tract. The disorder we discuss here in today revision class, which is ulcer. Ulcer is basically the small erosion in the wall of gut. There are three main types of ulcer. First one is the gastric ulcer, while the next one is the duodenum ulcer, which is basically developed in the duodenum, while the if ulcer is developed in the wall of stomach, so it is known as gastric ulcer. And the third one, which is known as esophageal ulcer, which is developed in the wall of esophagus. And there are some symptoms of the ulcer, which is the loss of appetite, weight loss, etc., and the abdominal burning. Ulcer is basically due to the destruction of gut wall by the HCl and cigarette smoking. One of the main cause of ulcer is also smoking. And the treatment of ulcer is it is basically treated with the alkaline medicines. Next one question, which is about major enzymes in the digestive system and their role. First one is the enzyme amylase, which is basically present in the oral cavity and it converts starch into the maltose. Next one is the maltase enzyme, which is also present in the saliva and it converts maltose into glucose. Next one is the pepsin, which is basically present in the stomach and it convert protein into the peptides. Next one is trypsin, which is basically present in pancreas and it convert protein into amino acid. Pancreatic amylase enzyme, which is also present in the pancreas in the pancreatic juice and it converts starch convert into simple sugar. Pancreatic amylase basically converts starch into the simple sugar. And the next one, lipase, which is basically present in the pancreas pancreatic juice. It emulsified fats and convert them into the fatty acid and cholesterol. This is all about our today